Opened back in 2003, have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Now Landry.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
right at the 30. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A gain of 3 last play. This time they'll double it and pick up 6.
That was a good run to get to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target.
Some plans for the defense there. They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Slot man moves right. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Hurts to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On play action. Winston. On the move to his left. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
It's hauled in by Harden. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing is Hurts. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Kamara trying again. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Another incompletion there, and that's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. Touchdown, Philadelphia. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you want the final metric on his top speed, and trust me, you do, Next Gen Stats says he hit 22.4 miles an hour. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, That's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
On second down, Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
79 Broncos. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Calling a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Winston on 3rd and 2. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Ready?
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And down inside the 15 he goes. 60 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
First down, New Orleans.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. A quick throw into the hands of Hardy. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. But they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
First throw complete there to Smith. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They start the second half with Kamara. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run it it again with Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Hey, let's get some work. 3, 2, 3. Got it. Let me go. Let me go.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
Winston sneaking it. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Probably helps your confidence level on those 4th down sneaks to have a quarterback as tall as he is.
Yeah, you're talking about being able to extend at the end and make sure the ball gets to the first down marker, but also he has to be able to drop his hips and get down behind that offensive line in order to move forward, because if he just runs it straight up and down, you and I both know that they'll snap him backwards. Well done there, well executed.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Trying the left side with Kamara. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On 3rd down, Winston. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession as they get it at the 42-yard line.
That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for Philly. 54 yards.
In today's NFL, you know, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown. Miles Sanders taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Eagles strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Take it in at the 3.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Brandon, we talk about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in every day, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Working out of the gun, Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets us up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Ready.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. And now look at him go. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw is Winston. Locates Kamara on the out route. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Winston now. And this is caught. He hits Landry.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Camara with a carry on first down, but this defense on him in a hurry, and he'll wind up losing a couple. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Winston. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Back to the ground. It's Camara. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Winston throw complete there to Thomas. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Coming left is Camara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. Taken down by Pete Werner.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
sure field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Again, it's Camaro. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Lutz is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Finding Watkins. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Add that one to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down in the 4th quarter at all. And that's exactly what they need him to do. Keep churning out 1st downs.
Hurts throw there taken in by Smith.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This one fielded at the 5. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And they take a knee. And the Saints season will march on as we say thanks for watching and so long.